Do you know when we're first born, we're told, and you can watch out for this, we're told to walk. Come on, you can do it, encouraged. Walk, walk, walk. And then we're told to talk, say dada, say mama, say. You get to school and you're told to sit down and shut up. And the rest of our lives we're told to sit down and shut up. And we want to be obedient, we want to be good girls, we want to. So patterns develop from really early on. Now at this stage in life when we're hitting problems, we have to go, wait a minute, something in all of that has gone awry, something's wrong. What is it? And that's what you start working through. And there are 3 or 4 main things that you can do when you come up against an issue. So there's a bad situation. What do you think is something that you could do? Talk to someone, okay? But do we feel comfortable talking to somebody? We don't want to tell people we've got problems because their lives will appear, might be perfect. And mine isn't. But we don't talk about that because that's our business. Don't you be telling people in school that we've had fights. They don't need to know that. That's our business. And we keep it all. Okay, so dealing with the problem. What's one thing that you could do to deal with the problem? Let's say it's a situation that you're in. One of the biggest things is to leave, right? We can choose to leave any situation. You can be bullied by somebody at work and you can say, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I need the toilet, and walk away. But we don't. We stand there and we let them bully us. You can, if you're in a relationship that's not going well, you can choose to leave. It has consequences and it's not easy. But we forget that we've got a choice. We feel that we're between a rock and a hard place and that this is it and this is all happening to me and I'm just swimming in all of this and there's nothing I can do about it. But you do have a choice, and making a choice is difficult, and that's where the procrastination comes in, because of every choice there will be pros and cons. So the first thing is, if you say, well, you know what, I'm going to walk away from this situation, the boss might turn around and say, wait a minute, come back, you're not going to the toilet, I'm not finished, or whatever. I'm not saying that always works. But knowing that you've got a choice. And the second thing is that knowing that you've got a voice, we're actually all entitled to say, I'm sorry, I disagree. Doesn't mean that you're right and they're wrong or vice versa. But we talked earlier about the partnership thing. I was brought up with sort of like, well, nobody's interested in your opinion. I was the youngest of 6. Nobody listened to me. And so I just learned, well, there's no point telling anybody my opinion because nobody listens to me. And then later on in life, I was like, you know what, actually, I don't like being like this. But I thought, I don't like being the one that I've just got everybody else knows better than I do. I've got a choice and I've got a voice. See, once, they were 2 huge breakthroughs for me. People don't need to like what I say and they don't need to like the choice. And I like to be liked, so then I had to weigh up, well, if I say that and they don't like me, is that going to make me feel worse? And some people could say, well, tough, that's their problem. I'm not like that, it affects me. So I've got to weigh that into my personality. But you have a choice in any situation, okay? And then you need to work through what are the outcomes of that choice.